Just in time for another haul video. We formulated the pile and do a quick scan and go over each item and give you a little price evaluation and just a little background behind some of the stuff and a little background on how I acquired it. Here we go. All right. All right. Here's the scan. Dive in a little. Okay, so this is out of an estate sale. They had a dumpster in front of the home before the sale even started. Some stuff was in the dumpster. We didn't fish anything out of there. It had rained the night before, so everything was pretty saturated, but there was some promising stuff to be inside the home. A lot of Sony boxes and to players. There was a box for a recorder in there. There was some pretty good stuff. Moran stuff. Tons of boxes for Apple, old Apple computers, like the big monitor ones. Yeah, just a lot of boxes that they probably shouldn't have threw away because I probably would have at least taken them. So it seemed like whoever lived there had to skedaddle pretty fast. It was a husband and wife that lived there, and they had two or three girls because everything was girls stuff, no guy stuff, and except for the stuff that the father owned. And basically, that's all I could tell from the situation. It just looked like stuff was packed, and they had to leave fast. So the house was a mess. Just stuff everywhere in each room, on the floors. Not very presentable estate sale. They didn't hang anything. They didn't organize anything. It was pretty much how the family left the home, which is sad. So, but it's part of the business every time. Don't normally flinch at stuff like that, but you got to keep that in mind. That you're going into someone else's home and picking through their stuff. You just got to know what you're doing. Not saying that you need to not have any morals about that. You need to have a lot of morals about that. It's disrespectful to be throwing their stuff around. Or I know the heat of the moment. Been to plenty of sales to know the heat of the moment, but you could tell this was the type of sale not to be doing that just because the circumstances. The home looked like it was taken in some water too in the couple of areas. Just you could tell the home was a little very nice home. It was listed at like 700,000, but you could tell the home was a little getting into dilapidation. So let's go through the haul. Hope we gave enough backdrop on that stuff. Here we go. A couple of these things I didn't comp out. So this baby monitor, it's clean. It's a Sony. It might be $20. There's a couple Bibles. This one's got some damage, but these other two are pretty good. Um, we got an Apple keyboard. I don't know what this goes for. I didn't comp this out yet. Maybe 10 to 20. I kind of like this one better than the other one that I have, which is the flat one over there. I find those all the time, but I never find this one. The old big chunky keys. We'll go through these piles. We have 3 piles. This is the better pile. This is the $10 pile. And this is the $5 pile. And that only comped out at like $3. So, VHS. A lot of people blow right by this stuff. Well, right off the bat, we're keeping the chitty bang bang. It won't be in high def or anything, but kind of cool to watch it on VHS. So all these comp out at 5 plus ship. So what we have is obviously VHS, and these are not records, these are Laserdisc. So you too. These all sell. These all comp out. Sadly, these all comp, 5 or a little more, 5 to 8. There was 2 boxes. I rifled through them. I didn't know what they were going to ask for these laser discs. Some people, want to charge, $2 or something, and I don't really want to pay that. These are all 5s. But the whole pile was $35. So not the pile of laser discs, the whole general pile was $35. So thought this one was going to comp out a little more than at least 10, but only hit at 5. But yeah, I was saying I should have grabbed them all. Another reseller that I know grabbed them, so power to them. I thought that one would have did better too, and this one. This is a Herbie Hancock. I thought that would have did better. People would rather listen to it than watch it. I just thought that would have did better too, because it's a widescreen double disc. Usually the doubles do double the money. So those are all the 5s. Nothing wrong with 5s. I'll ship a 5. It's no big deal. You gotta have more $5 items anyway. I think I'm gonna make this into a lot for like $20. It's Talking Heads and 3 Grateful Deads VHS. Could maybe throw that one in if maybe 25. Help that one get out the door. These were all 10. Warriors. It's a good movie. Does consistently 10. It's sealed. That's why it's in the 10 pile. I didn't check any of these discs yet. All that actually gets checked when I physically go take the photo. Same thing with testing. Unless if I have time, I'll get the testing done, but we'll talk about this one later. Basically, this is sealed. I know nothing about this, and started doing some comps on it, and I was like, okay, that's interesting. This doesn't have any sales, but it does have a comp that someone's trying to get rid of this same tape for $39.99. Will they get that? Probably not. But I could undercut them by $10 and get mine out the door, and at least log that it's worth something. This was in 20 bucks. Then we have the Ghostbusters. I think this one comes out at 20 or 30. It's a good one. So yeah. Laserdisc. Yeah, you never know when you can find Laserdisc. Found a couple Laserdisc players before back in the day, maybe like 3 years ago. Got this nice LL Bean bag. Someone else has this for sale for like 35 bucks. Sadly, it has this law, but that could be good too. I don't know. Probably list it at the same price there. There's $35.99 plus ship. Clean it up, wash it up a little, but this is junk. It's missing the antenna. Didn't notice that till right now. Could look into the docking station. Maybe somebody needs a replacement on this docking station. $10. Highly unlikely. Moving on into these drum practice books. You just flip them and check the price. $14.99 on that. And you'll usually have some have a disc. It's always good to check if there's a disc in there. $14.99 on that one. So there's a disc in there. Yeah. It's a good start. 12. Wow. $39.95. That's a good one. Software's in there, so I didn't comp any of these out yet, but $12.95. Excuse me. The disc for that one. 12 disc. $12.99. $17. It's probably a good one. Go look that up. Probably $20. Who knows, but this is probably where we left off. 24.95 for that one. $15. $18. $15. So, I mean, you don't want to go buy those because I used to buy those. They'll set you back a while. Yeah, so those are gonna do good. Get them out the door. I mean, they're probably worth half of what the cover sheet is, just because it's educational and that keeps giving that information is that information. So somebody's dropping these prices down on these micros slowly. Seeing them slowly decline, but these still do sell well as parts and stuff. I thought I had the back to this. I have it somewhere, but right after. But yeah, I have the back to that. This sells 10 for parts too. All these micros help get that sale. Make a lot. So 7 more controllers there. 7, we can count that one. 7, 8. 8 more controllers. 8, 9. 9 more controllers to the controller lot. We got 2 Kindles. This is the both they need some power, so we'll have to try to fire these up. It's another one. Maybe like $10 or $20 each on those. This particular controller, it's the Sony RMT-814. Excuse me again. There's got to be 150 of these listed on eBay, but yet there is about 40 of them sold, like within, what do they go back, 60 days, 90 days. So it sells like 8 to 10, 6 to 10. But this is for a camcorder. Basic, and these are for VHS players, I think. Got this stack of rewritables. I don't know. $20. I think I can ship those media. I think. I only got those because they're all like high res. You got this Celine Dion concert, 2003, opening night, Las Vegas. Sometimes that's how you find interesting stuff too. So, bunch of docking stations. Maybe $5 each. Maybe do these in a lot. I'm thinking I'm gonna just make a box, like a lot box of all iPod stuff, like all the chargers, the wires, the headphones, the headsets, the cables, and docking stations, and otter boxes, and just make a box, stock it up for like a couple months, and then just go through it. Get a TI 30X 2S. It works. It's got some paint marks on it though. Got a Sony Discman. It's a D-232. We'll have to test that. Got some iMac software. It's an install disk. So restore disk. And that's it. Just two discs. Grab these. This is the whole setup guide to this camera. Is this what this is for? I thought this is for the SD. Well, I don't know, either or. I think it goes to this box. But, it's ELF SD 1000. Oh, 1100 IS. Sorry. Can't read. I think I have one of these in the camera lot. We have a bunch of those Canons in that camera lot, so I grabbed those to kind of sweeten the deals on those. And this is just good to have if one of those was in there. I didn't want to leave it behind. Let's leave that stuff behind. We got a charger for it. We got a card for it. We have a Game Boy Advance charge. We have like a runner's clip for an iPod. It like clips onto your shirt. Probably $10 for that. And we have some handbooks and tour books and maps. Boston, New York, Ontario, and Boston. Check your road maps. Yeah, I got these because these are the Berkshire maps. And I don't know. I have a feeling GPS is going to fall off one of these days. There's one from Maine. And we're going to be down to road maps. Some people buy these road maps because they discontinue some of these roads. They get rid of a road, they add a road. Truckers love maps. That's who's into maps. Anyone that drives an 18-wheeler, drives a lot, they're into that stuff. So, again, scanning. And then we'll leave us back to this VHS. Alright. So, I guess this guy was like a world famous artist. There's no eBay comps on this. But there was 3 Amazon comps. I take Amazon comps with like a grain of salt. I think they're inflated listing, pretty much. Most of those inflated listings, the only person buying that is a sucker or a person with a lot of money. Or just totally gullible and don't know no better. And this is going for 30 opened, 39 sealed, and 200 sealed. Nobody's selling a VHS of this on eBay. Therefore, it's pretty rare. But yet there's 2 sealed ones on Amazon. So I think we're gonna probably pop this on eBay at like $129.99. $129.99, something like that. So Raymond Peterman, World is Watching, Weatherman 69. Watch his right hand. The guy was an artist. I think he painted with his right hand, I guess. And some of the stuff on the back makes no sense. But I guess this is an important film because of the way he filmed it. I think it was just like a bootleg film team that filmed this. So again, sealed copy of Weatherman 69. World is Watching by Raymond Peterman. Pretty cool. Some pretty interesting Laserdisc and DVDs and VHS and stuff. There was some DVDs. Other people were grabbing that stuff. Really dabble in the DVDs. Kind of like the older stuff. just because it means a little bit more to me in my era. It holds importance for us to hold on to good Laserdisc and VHS. There was some other good movies. I just grabbed what I thought would sell. I didn't want to overload the store with bad inventory, so I just cherry picked to the best of my ability. Well, that's the sale. I hope you enjoyed that one. I still got to go through this one over here and over there. So be looking for that one. Again, I spent $35 on this pile, and we should get the 35 out of at least the nice ear shot. 35 out of the Sony baby monitor. And what else do I gotta scrounge up? $10 more somewhere. I guess probably the Apple keyboard. Could probably get some instant cash with that. So rest is grind. And till the next one. Got some nice long tail, long-term items, and subscribe, like, show some love, give a thumbs up, and see you on the next video. Peace. Meh.